About to do this intro about 8 times, so I hope I don't have to do it again because my armpits are starting to burn. But goddamn guys, I just got back from a beautiful walk and it got me thinking. I was like, what type of video should I do? Damn, do I have a booger? No, cool. I was thinking, what kind of video should I do? Because I wanted to do something different, something that doesn't really exist too much on YouTube. And I realized location scouting. We never hear people talking about location scouting. And I feel like location scouting is one of the most important things when you are doing a video project. So, guys, my name is Omar. I'm a photographer and a videographer. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about location scouting, what it is, the importance of it, and give you guys some tips when you next go on your location scout to make your location scouting more efficient. Guys, so you have heard probably when watching behind the scenes of movies or music videos, the producer or director saying, we started this project by location scouting. Now, the difference between their location scouting and mine is that I don't travel on business class or private jets to beautiful locations. I'm traveling by foot to, I don't know, the most grittiest part of my city or like a new park or something. But it's a win-win for me because I get healthier from walking like 20, 30 kilometers and I discover new parts of the city that I've never discovered before and it makes me happy. So location scouting, guys, is basically finding locations that suit your next project, your next video, the next thing that you're filming, photographing, whatever. The sun's coming up, this is gonna ruin my shot. Why do you location scout? Now, let's say you have a rapper approaches you and says, yo, I want a music video. This is the song. You're gonna say, okay, cool, man. So I'm gonna need to find locations that will suit this music video. You obviously want good locations. You don't want like crappy locations. You cannot film like a dark hip hop video at the park at like midday when it's, you know, when the sun is shining. You want gritty locations, you want industrial locations, you want like abandoned trucks, you want garbage, you want, you know, to be in like some sort of dilapidated building. That's the kind of stuff you want for a hip hop music video. Let's say you were doing a video for an acoustic artist. You're not gonna go to like a junkyard or dilapidated building to do an acoustic Ed Sheeran type music video. You're gonna go to like a park, somewhere with nice trees, somewhere that looks beautiful, somewhere that looks like you are in like one of the most expensive parts of London, because that's what suits that music video. So this is why you location scout, because you can then find locations suitable for that music video, for that purpose. Let's just brighten it up a little bit. And yeah, that is the purpose of location scouting. So let's take those two scenarios. Let's take the acoustic music, the acoustic music video scenario, and we're gonna do like a little run through of how you would go about location scouting for that. So what you would do is you go to the park. Now you get to the park. Obviously parks are, you know, can be massive, they can be small. So ideally you want to go to like a big park. Now let's say you are in the part that everyone is in. Now you don't want to shoot the music video there because there's going to be tons of people around you and you don't want to get people staring at what you're doing, you know, in the shot. So what I personally would do is I would venture a little bit more into the park, kind of take the paths that other people don't take. Obviously, please be careful. What you might want to do is take, you know, a friend with you just in case there is some lunatic in the middle of nowhere in the park waiting to attack somebody. But what you want to do is kind of venture out a little bit, try and discover the park a little bit more. The amount of times I've gone to the same location, but I've kind of ventured in the unbeaten path, is that the right word? And have found like this new part of the park that I've never seen before that is absolutely empty. And I'm just like, holy crap, this is the place where I'm going to shoot the video. It has so many things that the main part of the park doesn't have. And it's a lot more quieter as well. So you're a lot more, you're basically just by yourself. It'll be you and the artist. That's it. You won't have other people kind of like, you know, in the back of the video just going like staring at you, being like, oh, and then they'll just be like, cool, let me go. So venture a lot more, guys. Go and discover. Go to the park. Go to the path that not many other people take, and just see what the hell there is over there that you can find. Now, let's say, for example, you have the rap video, and you're like, okay, cool. This is like a dark, kind of gritty type song. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna try and like perfect this. I don't mind my imperfections being displayed to everybody. But yeah, let's say you have a gritty, dark hip hop video. Now obviously for this, you wanna go to like the more industrial parts of the city. Let's say the factory areas, the areas where there's like the cement factories, you know, the junkyard areas. that is where you want to go. You want to go there, you want to see what fits, you know. Keep walking, man. Just go and discover. Now, just once again, be careful, because these areas you can run into some trouble as well, from like just gangs and stuff like that. So once again, maybe take somebody with you. Now, me personally, I try and stick with like the areas that are quite safe in my, you know, in my city. There are obviously places where I just will not go even with a bunch of people with me. But I generally stick to just my area where I know I'm safe. And yeah, I tend to explore. There's actually a place just down this way, and it's got the cement factories, it's got like the shipyard and all that kind of stuff. And it's pretty safe, you know, especially like during midday, during the week. Or like a Saturday when the workers are there, because if you run into trouble, they'll most likely help you. And if they don't, at least you have like witnesses there to watch you getting beaten up, so that when the cops come, you got witnesses. So that is what you want to do, guys. You want to go and just discover, man. Put your headphones on and just go and discover. I personally would break it up into 2 places. Like maybe 1 week, go to like the nice parks, go to the we over here have the West End, which is like the posh area. So go to the posh areas, go for a walk, go see what you can discover, go to like the nice shops. Maybe you can go into like a nice like family owned shop and, you know, be like, all right, cool, I could shoot a music video in here one day. Go to the parks, go to the botanical gardens, just discover. And then another week, maybe break that up and go to like the more industrial areas, the more abandoned areas, you know, the places where there was once a building and now it's all boarded up, but somebody's made a little hole. You can go in and just discover. Break it up so that you then have locations fit for non-hip-hop stuff, and then locations that are fit for hip-hop stuff. Obviously with things like pop and rock, I mean, I don't know, with rock you can actually film it in like abandoned areas as well, but most likely with rock stuff you're going to be thinking of warehouses or, you know, studios, photography studios, and it's the same with pop as well. So those two I kind of don't really think about too much. Now, I will give you 3 tips when you're going location scouting to ensure that your location scouting is the most efficient. Okay, actually 4, because we're gonna do one where it's like the most safest as well. So, number 1, guys, when you're going location scouting, especially, let's say you're a girl, for example, and you're going to a park, right? You wanna make sure you have somebody with you. Take a guy or take like a couple friends or something. Just make sure you go with somebody else, just because when you're on your own, man, if there's somebody out there who's ready to attack you, they will attack you. So you have to just try and keep as safe as possible. Or if you see someone coming towards you, just cough at them and say, yo, I got COVID, get the hell away from me, and that will ensure that they just run away. So, number 2, I have here on my phone because I completely forgot it. This is the best one actually. So this will make your location scouting very, very efficient. Is try when you're in one location to try and sort of look at the locations and say, okay, cool, I could use this for 2 music videos. So let's say you are in like this, let's say you're in one location, right? You want to try and say, could I do 2 completely different music videos in here by not using the same spots? So say, for example, you have split it into 2. So let's say you have a square here, split it into 2, and then say, can I film, you know, one music video using these 2 spots, and then can I film another music video using these 2 spots without it looking like it's the same location? So try and always, when you go location scouting, say to yourself, can I film more than one music video here? Because if you can, you have done yourself a favor by not having to location scout again, because then you can say to the, you know, to the musician, yo, I actually know a spot. I filmed another music video here, but we use spots in this location which we didn't use for the music video, so we can shoot your video as well. It ain't gonna look the same. Number 2, when you are going to this location, let's say you're going to like the industrial areas, listen to the music that fits that location. So, you know, if you're going to the industrial area, listen to hip hop. If you're going to the park, listen to like, I don't know, Taylor Swift or Ed Sheeran or some like acoustic artist or something like that. Just because when you're at the park, you can, you know, if you're in like this like foresty kind of area, you can kind of picture them sitting down on their own. You got the trees in the back, and then you've got the wind with the leaves falling, and you're like, yo, that could work. or it totally couldn't. And then you might be like, actually this would work for like a hip hop song, because let's say you have like a happy hip hop song. You obviously can't film a happy hip hop song in like a dilapidated area. So you'd say, yo, okay, I know that forest area that would look fantastic for this music video. So listen to the type of song that fits that location. It just helps inspire you. You know, you can be like, yeah, I can totally see that working. I can see this happening. Number 3 or 4, I can't remember, is take pictures, guys. Take your camera with you when you go to these areas, which also kind of ties into number 1, take somebody with you, just because if you have a camera, you ain't gonna get robbed. Or use your phone actually. But when you go to these areas, take photos of the locations. This helps with referencing, and it also helps you. Now, the amount of times I've had rappers message me and say, hey man, I want to do a music video, but I have locations. And I'm just like, guys, like the locations that you picked out might look nice to you, but they might not look nice in the video or in the camera, and it might not fit whatsoever. Now, for me personally, when I do videos, I want the videos to look awesome. And I always know the locations because I walk so much. Now, I don't location scout whenever I get a project pending. I walk a lot. So for me, like, you know, I walk 3, 4, 5 times a day, 3, 4, 5 times a week. And for me, I kind of consider that location scouting, because I'm going out for health and I'm also going out to try and find new locations. So I'm constantly on the move, man, finding new spots. So the problem is that I never used to take photos, so they'd say to me, nah, I know, like, I want these spots. So take photos so that when they come to you and say, look, I have spots, and you say, no, I've got spots, you can send them the pictures so that they can see it and go, actually, yo, you know what? Yeah, those locations look sweet. Let's do it. So that's why I want to take photos. Number 2, in that same point, is so that you can kind of have reference as well. Let's say, for example, you're listening to the song, you're trying to visualize them, right? You're trying to visualize the music video. And you're like, where can I do this? You take those photos, listen to the song, look at that spot, and then try and visualize the rapper or the artist kind of doing their thing in that spot. It's a lot easier to visualize, and then you can say, yeah, that'll work. That'll absolutely work. Because I always find whenever an artist says to me, yo dude, I have a music video and I have a location, I always say to them, can you go and take pictures of that location? You know, and then I'll say, it's not the best, man. So for me, it works a lot better if I take pictures for my own benefit and for their own benefit as well, and for the benefit of the music video too. But guys, that is it for me for location scouting. Go ahead, man, go explore, go take photos, go discover your city, but please do it safe. Take somebody with you if you're not comfortable being on your own, or if you're going to an area that is not as safe. And that is it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Peace.